contributors. All right, Josh, you get the first word because you're my guy on NVIDIA. What do people need to know here?
I think the most interesting thing here is that despite the fact that this market cap has grown to the size that it has, the volatility is still with us. That's usually not the case. Usually as companies become larger, we expect a maturation in their business, and as a result, we're less jumpy about the stock price from day to day. NVIDIA is just a...
Tuesday's 2% increase in Nvidia's stock placed it on course to complete the trading session at its highest level since its record close in January, hovering near $147 per share. On January 6th, Nvidia recorded a record closing price of $149.43. Following its first quarter earnings in late May, which showed revenue that exceeded Wall Street's expectations and demonstrated the company's continued success despite a new export ban on sales of its chips to one of its largest markets. China, the AI chipmaker's stock has experienced a significant turnaround. Since Nvidia's May 28th earnings release, shares have increased by about 9%, greatly outpacing the S&P 500's around 3.5% gain during that same period. Following its record close in January, Nvidia's stock had suffered in the months that followed as the company's own shares and the larger markets were shaken by President Trump's trade war and AI competition in China. When a new low-cost AI model from a Chinese startup called DeepSeek raised concerns about demand for its AI chips in January, the price fell. This happened again in April when Trump's harsh tariff pronouncements caused a stir in the stock market. The chipmaker lost $2.5 billion in revenue in the first quarter and an estimated $8 billion in the second when Trump banned the sale of Nvidia's H20 chips to China. At the same time, Huawei, a homegrown computer titan, was becoming a more formidable rival to Nvidia in the Chinese market. According to reports, Huawei is preparing a new cutting-edge AI chip that will compete with Nvidia's previous generation H100 CPUs. On April 4th, shares ended the trading session at slightly over $94, the lowest closing price in more than a year. In May, agreements to deliver hundreds of thousands of Nvidia's AI processors to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates boosted the company's shares before its first quarter earnings announcement. Early in June, the stock's recovery allowed it to momentarily surpass Microsoft as the most valuable corporation in the world. Chip stocks increased on Tuesday as well. Broadcom increased 3.2%, AMD increased 6.2%, and Intel increased 6.5%. Shares of Nvidia's Taiwan-based contract manufacturer TSMC, which is listed in the U.S., surged 4.3%. As investors pour more money into tech equities, there is an uptrend. Tech inflows reached their highest level since June 2024 last week, according to a note released by Bank of America analysts on Tuesday. The Nasdaq Composite was aiming for its best levels since February on Tuesday, while the Nasdaq 100 was expected to settle at a new record close. Because of Nvidia's expanding customer base and potential for large future investments in AI infrastructure, UBS kept its buy rating and $175 price target for the chipmaker. The research group claims that Nvidia has a line of sight to around $1.5 trillion in investments in AI infrastructure over the coming years. This is consistent with past claims made by the corporation that tens of gigawatts of projects would be completed in 2 to 3 years. According to the company, Nvidia anticipates earning $40–50 billion for each gigawatt of AI data center capacity, which may result in an annual data center income of roughly $400 billion for the business. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video. UBS says this expected amount should ease investor concerns over short or medium-term earnings peaks because it nearly doubles the bank's current prediction of $233 billion for 2026. A global pioneer in networking and graphics processing, Nvidia offers GPUs for use in AI, gaming, high-performance computing, and other fields. The company's products are used in professional visualization, gaming, data centers, and the automotive industry. In the 5G space, the company's AI on 5G technology stands out. Nvidia's stock is currently back close to its record high, having risen more than 40% from the 52-week low it reached in early April. It appears that worries that funding for artificial intelligence, AI infrastructure would be slowing down were exaggerated. Customers may connect Nvidia's platforms and products into the expanding AI ecosystem at the same time. It might be time for Nvidia to split its stock once more, considering the company's strong growth prospects and its almost record-high market capitalization. Should that occur, it would be the 7th split of Nvidia's stock since the company went public in 1999. Its most recent split was a 10-for-1 one that was put into effect on June 7, 2024, just over a year ago. Leading graphics processing units, GPUs, from Nvidia have contributed to the company's impressive revenue increase. In the recently released fiscal first quarter, data center sales topped $39 billion. Just 2 years ago, it was only $4.3 billion. Additionally, the business has a well-defined strategy for maintaining that growth. In an effort to sustain or perhaps boost growth, Nvidia is now looking beyond its major tech clients. The US-based Stargate project, which was revealed in January by OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle, already had it as a major technological partner. More recently, it developed a huge Stargate AI campus in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, alongside those tech companies. 5 gigawatts of electricity will eventually power the data centers on that Middle Eastern nation's AI campus, which will span 10 square miles. Nvidia's efforts to further country's aspirations for autonomous AI are not limited to that initiative. During his recent trip to Germany, CEO Jensen Huang said that Deutsche Telekom would be running a new AI plant. According to Huang, every producer in the AI era need 2 factories, one for producing goods and another for developing the intelligence that drives them. We're helping the top industrial firms in Europe develop simulation-first, AI-driven production by constructing the first industrial AI infrastructure in the region. Just last week, Nvidia disclosed at a tech symposium in Paris that a number of hyperscalers are collaborating with France, Italy, and the UK to develop autonomous AI computing infrastructure that utilizes Nvidia's state-of-the-art GPUs. The announcement of all those collaborations has contributed to the rise in Nvidia's stock price. It is natural to speculate if Nvidia would be considering another stock split given the current business and stock momentum. That might lead to Nvidia stock giving investors market-beating gains, at least in the near future. According to historical data, the company's shares usually do better than the market over the 12 months after a stock split is announced. When one considers the typical reasons why businesses choose to divide their shares, that makes sense. The financial gimmick by itself has no bearing on the intrinsic worth of the company or the portion held by shareholders. However, splits are usually performed from a strong position. After all, company management wouldn't want to draw attention to its stock while the underlying firm is struggling. There are a number of pragmatic justifications for dividing stocks. Retail investors perceive a lower share price as more affordable. Even though share price shouldn't matter given the increasing capacity to exchange fractional shares, many retail investors still seem to care. If the company offers an employee stock investing plan, splitting a share can also help employees by making the shares more accessible. Nvidia has not indicated that it intends to divide its stock again. However, as its business grows and the need for AI infrastructure increases, one might be imminent. However, investors should think about purchasing and holding Nvidia stock for the long run, whether or not there is a stock split. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Half an hour to go. Kev, what levels are you watching ahead of the close?
Well, we're hitting a pretty significant one right now, sitting at 6,100 to the upside. We continue to actually see some buyers trying to step in here. Now, this is going to be a pretty decent wall for us to try to break through and sustain through going into the close, but anything can happen. If you're kind of looking at the options volume at the 6,100 level for the calls, right now sitting at 164,000 contracts. That's a lot of contracts for just that particular strike for today's expiration. And pretty much when you're looking at the volume, kind of moving up around the 6,100 level, obviously is going to be a key area of resistance here. Could we get up to 6,110? We probably could, but I'm not looking for potentially any type of move above that 6,110 level going into the close here today. Anything's possible here. Any type of breakdown, 6,100 gives you some pen risk. And if we do see any type of further breakdown, as long as you can really kind of hold the 60, 80-ish level, I still think is going to be a decent day. It's been a decent day regardless. You're looking at really good participation from the market breadth, as well as the sectors that you really would like to see outperforming here. So hopefully you have a strong close, but we might be towards the end of this range for today if you're just looking at the options flow in general.
All right, a decent day and certainly very encouraging. A lot of optimism since the morning. What stands out to you from the morning levels chart?
Yeah, I mean, from the morning levels, if you're kind of looking at it, once again, everything is kind of holding up. We did have a really strong gap to the upside here. So any type of concern or maybe a reversal when it comes to geopolitical risk for whatever reason, this gap that we have on this chart is actually a pretty big one. You're talking about around a 30-point gap there. That's something that technicians that are looking at the daily chart will kind of focus on as an area that we could come back, maybe retest, ensure that some buyers really want to step in there before kind of moving higher. If you're looking at the daily chart, we actually do have several different big areas of gaps to the downside that still have not been filled. So overall, once again, good session, good price action. We've been melting up pretty much the whole day. Hopefully we close at those highs, but we do have a nice little gap and go formation that did actually see some follow through today from yesterday's session.
Okay, and we've obviously seen the VIX backing off as well at 17. What stands out to you in terms of volatility right now?
Yeah, you are seeing the VIX backing out. We're also looking at VVIX. So this is going to be the volatility index for the VIX. Right now, sitting at around 92.65. We're starting to get closer to those levels where we generally do see a re-rate here. We're not there yet. Once we get towards that 87-ish area, that's where I would be a little bit concerned. And maybe at this point, as volatility is kind of crushing to the downside, hedges are getting relatively cheap. You are seeing outsized call buying as well. So the skew is definitely going to be to the upside rather than downside. So if you are looking at some pretty decent gains, you are concerned about the uncertainty of what's going to happen in the future, now is kind of that time where you may want to put some hedges on here. But vol has actually crushed really aggressively compared to just looking at the VIX index as a whole.